5 men will go out and fight there, and each one wants to get in and finish the fight. Good fight will last no longer than 20 minutes. Them men should be broke up. Their noses broke, their mouths broken, and their black eyes and maybe 15 or 16 stitches. That's a fight. That's what I call a fight. That's what I could do. Break a man up.
Did you understand a single word of what he just said?
Jumbo jet. It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Please, I need you. Down when I was young. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you.
Howdy. Woo! That is one crazy get-up you got there, fella.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you in the show?
No, actually, I'm English. Sorry.
Right.
Here we are.
Nice.
Oh.
I think I just saw the fucking Spice Girls, man. You just made my night. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. It's hard to find cool British stuff. So
Fuck, man.
so you end up but I like the end there with the the first ever meeting of Johnny and Tony in real life. I don't know, just that I love that clip. I always bring it up every time I talk to Tony, and he hates it. He hates anything Austin Powers, so it makes it even better.
He's like, man, fuck that guy. Fuck Mike Myers.
But see, the thing is about Brits is they hate that movie, but they love the one where they make fun of the Dutch, the gold guy. They love that character.
Gold member.
Universally, they love that character because it's the Dutch getting fucked with. But yeah.
Ah, man.
I got a package from Tony over in the UK. Typical Tony,
Package to the fucking T. Like, you could fire a nuke at that fucking thing, and that box and cockroaches will be left.
Nothing's moving in there at all. That's how it's done. So, see what's in there. I got 2 other titles. I don't know if Johnny got anything. Yeah, and I just here we do a quick haul for Tony. See what Tony got in, or what I got in from Tony. I got some stuff I'm going to be sending over to Tony here real soon. So let's see who's in here and get this going. I don't think this will be a super long one. Alan was going to be on. Yeah, Alan was going to be on here, but the video I made earlier, he swore off streaming from now on. So he didn't think it was as funny as I did.
The fucking homoerotic title.
Yeah, no, he loved it. He just.
I'll give the man props. Like, He had to come to that. He came to that meeting with some balls because he held up like 2 titles where we were just like, dude, what the fuck are you buying?
I still
It's for the wife, goddammit.
this is my wife's copy of Terms of Endearment. I think if I'm not wrong, I could be in Terms of Endearment. Burt Reynolds is in that. So
Thinking, like,
I think
as
Burt
much
Reynolds is in
discredit as
it.
I'm about to do myself. I think I bought that. I think Criterion has it, and I think I bought that like maybe a year or two ago in their sale because Zuli ordered. I'm gonna say Zuli ordered it, but I really did because she wanted it. It could be that movie or something else I'm thinking of, but it's definitely a fucking chick flick. I remember watching like 15 or 20 minutes of it, and I was just like,
Well, Alan will correct us in the chat, but if Burt Reynolds is in it, well, then there you go. He had to buy it. That's his hero. So
Jack Nicholson is in it.
Is it Jack Nicholson? Okay, maybe something like that. But yeah, we're talking about a video I made today. Let me show you the Way of the Streets video I made, and I still think that's the best thing I've ever done on YouTube by far. I don't care if 8 people watch it. I made it for 2 people. I made it for Alan and Johnny, especially Alan. I knew Alan would think it was hilarious, but
I found it very poetic.
Yeah. The end part where it just cuts back to you and you're just sitting there like normal, and then I flash a picture of them being real gay up. I was just like,
Sitting there losing my shit.
I nailed it. I nailed that one. Listen, I'll pat myself on the back for no other achievement in life other than that video. So make sure you watch that video.
Absolutely.
Before it gets taken down for the obvious Elvis. That's an Elvis song. So I'm surprised the whole channel's not down.
I was leaning towards that you use the word fag in it, not the Elvis song.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. Okay. You just can't use things you're not supposed to use, apparently. All right. Catch up with the chat before this gets out of hand. Oh, hey, Alan. What's going on, Alan? I sent something. I sent him the tracking. Ken, what's going on, Ken? Hall & Oates is here.
Hall & Oates.
Rob Romano saying, what's up to Johnny? Saying, welcome back.
What's up, my brother from another mother?
Everybody say, what's up? Scalder, what's going on, man? Everybody saying, what's going on? Oh, yeah. Rob's talking about that scene in Austin Powers where he kills the spy on the toilet, kills the Lucky Charms guy.
Bite your lip and give the hell rock back and forth. That's how Elvis died.
We're going to get through this. Damn, boy, what did you eat? We're just saying, what's up? A lot of haze going around. Okay, so it's Jack Nicholson that's in it. All right. There's your excuse. King Carlson saying Scream Factory May announcements should be any day now. I saw a video today. Somebody was getting the new Vinegar Syndrome titles, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck they are. I honestly, unless Sex and Sight's announcing anything at this point, I really don't care. I mean, I just think that they're actually they're going out and getting titles. I don't know what they're spending for these titles, but by comparison, maybe it's a lot, but I'm happy to hear that. And I also heard Steve told me that he heard Russ say that hopefully, and somebody in the chat may know something more about this, that Criterion is working on a release of Freddy Got Fingered. And apparently there's a full-on article about it, the whole 9. It's not a, but I'm like, a 4K from Criterion of Freddy Got Fingered would sell like $2 ass in Tijuana. That'd be my only pre-order ever from Criterion.
That's a bold statement, man.
Every once in a while, Criterion likes to throw a title in like, see, we're not snobs. And if there was ever a title that could throw them off the we're not snobs scent, it would be that. So I don't know if there's any truth to that. Somebody knows anything about it. I'm all ears.
Dude, Tom Green these days has completely lost his fucking mind. Like, he's on social media. Like, he takes a camper out in the middle of the fucking desert, spends like 4 months at a time before he comes back and socializes with anybody. He fucking eats mushrooms constantly. Yeah, like, he's fucking out there, man.
that COVID shit fucked him up bad. Like he went full COVID cuck. He went way into it. Like I saw a Instagram post of him showing people how to clean off the groceries that you buy, and he was like he had like a hazmat mask on and everything, and he was like spraying chemicals all over his food and stuff. He's like, well, people have touched this, so I'm gonna make it clean. It's just like, okay, dude, you have derailed completely, but doesn't change that Freddie got fingered being a tour de force.
They gave him they gave him the spotlight there for a little bit on Access Television. I don't know if you remember. It was a while back, but they actually gave him his own late night talk show.
Yeah, it was like Access TV. They did like a fourth or fifth iteration of the Tom Green Show, and I always liked the Tom Green Show. I always thought it was good. So he must have fucked it up 5 or 6 times.
The ratings were not what they expected. Of course, he was having like his listen. He was like having his viewers like send Nick cassette tapes because he bought like this old car and it had a cassette player in it, and he refused to move forward with modern technology and shit. And I was just watching this going, Jesus Christ, man, like this show will be fucking canceled in a matter of time. Now, it wasn't nowhere near as funny as like him doing skits and shit. It was just like prank calls and fucking with producers, and that was it.
Yeah, that's not good enough. I remember that channel, Access TV, they used to have the Nick and Artie show.
Mm-hmm.
You ever watch the show? I love that show. And then Nick got Artie and then left because Artie was apparently like still full blown into heroin.
Full blown addict.
It was telling everybody he was fine and this, that. It's just like Nick.
And they were still fucking paying him.
Yeah, Nick catches him snorting fucking heroin, and he's like, okay, I'm done. I'm leaving before this goes, and what's funny about that show, it's like every night he would say, listen, guys, I'm wearing my sunglasses because it's very bright in here and my eyes are sensitive. It's not because I'm on heroin.
Yeah.
It's not, I used to be on heroin. I'm not on heroin anymore. I'm 46 years old. I can't be on heroin anymore. And he was on heroin the whole time. And literally, like, it ate his nose away from the inside or whatever. Like, have you seen pictures of
that fucking show? And he'd run across the street to New York to the Howard Stern studio, and they would just sit in there, just like give this guy shit, being like, "You spent how much money on heroin last night? What's going on?"
Who knew heroin was expensive? I thought that was cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, I used to like that show. I liked it with both ways, with or without Nick. Cal, what's going on, man?
What's up, Cal?
Yeah. Real, yeah.
We're here to make fun of trannies and homosexuals, so brace yourselves.
Brace yourselves. And COVID idiots. Everybody's saying what's up. A lot of that going around. Steve, what's going on?
What's up, Steve?
Ken Carlson, hope we get 4K upgrades from Scream Factory, class of 1984, Day of the Dead. It's possible for that. Sleepaway Camp, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Silent Night, Deadly Night's supposed to have been happening for like 3 years. I'm sure I could see all 3 of them this year, but Day of the Dead is kind of due. And I'd like to see the Night 90 that we were supposed to get a while ago from whoever. But if that's on 4K, but I really hope they do the gore cut this time and go through those elements. I don't remember who was supposed to be doing it. Somebody will tell me, but
truth be told, though, you and I both know that, especially when it comes to that title, Day of the Dead, right there, we know exactly just how greedy that fucking Jew could be. And Ken, do we really need a fucking 4K of class of 1984, man? Like, I thought the Blu-ray looked pretty all right for that, man. I mean, I don't think that movie has a big enough cult following for them to redo it. But then again, I mean, look at the fucking films that they've already rehashed in 4K, where I'm just like, who is buying this shit? But
Cat People has a 4K from Scream Factory.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, what the fuck? Did we really need that shit?
Yeah, I don't
the movie
think so.
about a dude fucking his sister the whole movie, or he wants to fuck his sister. And he's a cat or some shit.
Well, it's Malcolm McDowell. He's that's kind of typical for his character. Is that I think he played Caligula, where he was trying to bang his sister the whole time. Well, who knows? If I had to guess, anything Scream Factory still has the rights to, you're getting a 4K of it before they don't have the rights anymore, whatever it is. And
True
they've proven
story.
that.
Back a few years ago, I actually got to meet Malcolm McDowell. Me and the wife actually paid for photo ops and like a little meet and greet with him. And no shit, when I went to go walk up to him to shake his hand, he looked at me like I was the most disgusting person in the fucking world, that I had germs. And he was like, "I do fist bumps," and I'm like, "You're a fucking pansy bitch." And I lost all respect right there. Like, even in the fucking photo we took, man, I'm just standing there. I didn't even want to stand next to him. I was like, "I'll kill this little English motherfucker."
Well,
He pissed me off that
this
bad.
is a video Tony's definitely going to see. This is a video Tony's definitely going to see. And it's just fitting that we bash his countrymen.
It's just fucking, man. It's like you said, even like that whole thing was having a conversation about Argento. It's just those fucking people, like, okay, they might be artsy and they're clever and artistic, but if you sit in the same room with them for about fucking 5 minutes, you're like, I'm going to end up kicking your teeth in. You know what I mean? Like, there's just
If I
no
don't
way
get
you
out
can
of
do it.
here. Yeah.
Somebody's
Yeah,
getting hurt.
He seems like that. He seems like that kind of guy. Well, let's see. Alan's saying father and son movie. They both plow women and drink beer in it. He's talking about Harry and Son. Okay, well, I'm just saying that trailer that I cut tells a different story. I shouldn't be able to make a trailer where it looks super gay if there isn't some gay stuff going on there. That's all I'm saying. Alan, I'm going to send you. I'll send you the video so you can post it on your channel. You know, and let
everybody
the people
right now
decide.
go to Alan's Instagram right now and just berate him with fucking messages on how bad that fucking movie sucks. Even if you've never seen it, just so you get a laugh out of it.
As I was cutting that trailer together, I come across the Siskel and Ebert review of it from back in the 80s, and they shit all over it. So, yeah, I'm glad you picked it up. Another Paul Newman movie. Rob, saying what's going on. Yeah, cool, man. Cinema Jimbo. Hey, guys, FYI, upcoming BS titles include Dr. Terror's House of Horrors and Going South. Going South sounds like that's a gambling phrase. If you're at a poker table and you start taking money off the table, that's called going south. So I don't know if it's a gambling movie or what, but I don't know what that made me think of. I know why it made me think of this, but where's that Rounders 4K at?
Dude, you read my fucking mind. I was about to say, man, Rounders was a great fucking gambling movie, man. It's the only movie I actually really give a shit about Matt Damon being in besides The Martian, probably. And that's about it.
Yeah, it's
is that him and Edward Norton, right? For Rounders?
Him, Edward Norton, and John Malkovich. And I forget there's another guy. It's been a bunch of stuff too that's in it. Plays as like
John Malkovich. He was the fucking Oreo guy.
Cookie guy, yeah.
Yep.
But the guy from Jesus from The Big Lebowski, he's in it too. John Turturro as like the mentor. Or New York guys love that movie. But yeah, that F4K would also sell crazy.
His fucking accent in Secret Window. You stole my book.
Yeah, that. Why are you going to get like a Dominican guy or wherever the fuck he is to play some hillbilly ass from down in the mud, Mississippi? Makes no sense.
Oh, brother, where art thou? Like, he was fucking one of the three in that one. You're just like, Jesus, like, he did it good though, man. Like, I'll give it to him.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I always hate when people get a British guy to play American or American guy to play British. I mean, there's plenty of hillbillies from the South you could get to have played that John Shooter role, but to get some guy like, I don't know what he's Cuban or what he is, but he definitely isn't from Mississippi. Let's just say that. If you've ever been to Mississippi, there's two colors in Mississippi. Period. There's no tan. It's pure white or pure black. That's it. There's no middle ground. And to see like a Dominican guy or whatever in Mississippi makes no sense.
God, when you started that, man, like my asshole kind of puckered up. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna fucking pull the plug right now.
Well, it's true. I mean, it's not even like, it's probably 50. I think Mississippi, it's like 50-50, 50% white, 50% black. There's no middle ground. I can tell you, I spent time there. That's basically what it is. Steve, what's going on, man?
What's up, Steve?
Cal-Hel. I refuse to move forward with modern tech, physical media. Yeah. I think we're getting this. Well, I got a couple bootlegs here because I feel like we may not ever actually get these on physical otherwise. Almost done with the chat. Class of 99 is one of my favorites. Yep. Somebody would buy it. Sleepaway Camp, I could see that's probably getting a 4K. Probably summer this year, I would think.
I got the what is that I got from Vestron over there? Was that the Class of '99?
I think it is. Or is
Okay.
it Class of 1984?
No, well, Scream Factory did '84, and Vestron did the sequel, right? Which
Okay,
was
yeah, you're
like
right.
you just said. One of those fucking things.
Can if Scream Factory sells the rights to Ninja 3, 10 to Midnight, Rabid, I could see. Invasion USA. Would love those two. Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably going to be some of the bigger name titles. Sleepaway Camp, that's an obvious one, I think.
Yeah, man. 10 to Midnight, I still feel is one of those collector's editions from Scream Factory. Everybody bought it just because it had the collector's edition stamp on it, but nobody really ever watched it. And that's a fucking shame if you never have, because Charles Bronson in that fucking movie is great. So this is 100% a slasher movie.
Yeah, he's after a naked serial killer, if I remember right.
Yeah, you could do like a double feature with that, with like Cruising, and you'd probably be like, all right, it's good night.
I've still never seen Cruising because of the subject matter, but I mean, one day I'm sure I'll watch it.
Just watch it and endure it, man. Just so you can say you did.
Oh yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll watch Brokeback Mountain and say I endured it while I'm at it. I mean, I hear it's very, very. I hear Cruising's very, very like heavy on it. Like it's like
It is.
I guess there's a guy killing gay guys, and Al Pacino has to infiltrate the gay clubs to lure the killer out or something. And I'm like, okay.
You don't want to see, as a fucking fan of Pacino like you and I are, you don't want to see fucking Al Pacino, our fucking hero, play that role. So it does set it back for you. But the fact is, they went for the most grittiest fucking way to kill people in that movie. Is like, okay, you got my attention. Like, I will watch this until the credits roll. And shit, man, it's not one of those movies that you're gonna fucking rewatch though. Like every couple of years, you're just like, okay, I've seen it once. Maybe another 5 or 10 years, I'll revisit it and be like, God damn, that movie's brutal. That's about it.
Yeah, it's a Arrow, I think. Maybe somebody else is doing a 4K. I don't know, but I think it's an Arrow.
Here you go, right here. It just happened to eyeball it. Bam.
Oh yeah. See, even that cover, I'm like, that cover to me. I'm like, okay, all right.
You can imagine though, man. Like, I'm pretty sure whenever Friedkin was being presented that movie, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall just to see what like his first reaction was, being like you said, the subject matter, him going, wait a minute, like I got this notoriety of like doing The Exorcist. And he did do some fucking crazy movies like The Guardian, for instance. But when he got to that one, I would have loved to have been like a fly just over here and be like, what the fuck does this studio want me to do?
Yeah, and I wonder the timing too, whether, what was the genesis of that. But there was a lot of like kind of Dare to Be Great gay movies back then kicking around, like it's the Philadelphia and all that had hit, I'm sure, probably around the same time.
Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. But keep in mind, though, man, like you had like the whole HIV/AIDS thing blowing up at that time, too. So there was, I don't know, man, like I don't think it really covers that subject, but just to see the fucking brutal kills in it, I think it's worth a watch once.
Man. I watched Dallas Buyers Club. I watched that. I thought that was pretty good. It's about, have you ever seen that movie?
I haven't, but my wife is like always telling me, is that the movie that Matthew McConaughey, he like lost a shit ton of weight and he never looked right after he did the movie?
Yeah, it ruined him. It ruined him. He gets AIDS as a straight man from doing drugs. And he basically starts a gay or like an AIDS medicine pipeline from Canada and Mexico to get the meds to people that don't have insurance and stuff like that. And, he sells them for a markup to them. Obviously unregulated, whatnot, but it's pretty decent. It starts out pretty good and it kind of falls apart, but falls into that Dare to Be Great category, unfortunately. But Corey, what's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Alan, it was $4.95. You should have come on the stream. It was $4.95. We've got a history of this. There was a movie, I don't remember the name of the movie, but the cover was another Hamilton Books title. And the cover was like a mentally challenged guy riding on the back of a motorcycle behind another guy, and it really looked like he was like bending him over. And Allen held that up, and we just let that go. It had to come out, apparently. Couldn't help it.
Hell yeah.
Riverman, Maverick 4K. Yeah, that's another pretty good game.
All day. Let's have it.
Scalder. So, pretty good. Finger rumor got sparked again because Criterion Channel salute. Okay, so they're going to put it on their streaming platform, I guess. Salute to the Golden Raspberry Awards taking place in March. So, no planned physical media release, but it's going to be on their streaming platform. So, I guess it probably just depends on how well it does.
You seriously holding your breath for Criterion to release Freddy Got Fingered, man? God damn.
I'm not holding my breath, but if it was to happen on 4K from Criterion, that would be the most excited I've ever been about a Criterion release.
Damn.
For sure. Not even close. Yeah, hillbillies come in all forms. I've never seen a Mexican hillbilly. I've seen black hillbillies and white hillbillies. That's it. Either real black or either real dark or real light. Ken Carlson, how do you know VS is released? Hey, he has his sources, man. Everybody's got their sources. Don't burn your sources, or they won't be sources anymore. Kal-El, sure. Brian Scolder.
Fucking Pootie Tank.
Could be. And it'd be funny if all three of them were Criterion. But I think Joe's Apartment got like a Mill Creek re-release.
No. Joe's Apartment just got the Shout Factory, Scream Factory.
Is it Shout Factory? Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say Joe's Apartment got a fucking Criterion release, and I don't know about it because that's a fucking release I would chase. I'm a little skeptical on that Joe's Apartment release, though. Somebody let me know if that restoration is even worth the shit, or I'll just keep my DVD. Yeah, Pootie Tank's a real fucking movie.
That's strange.
Crazy,
movie.
right?
Yeah, that's a strange.
Jamie Foxx and Bill Bellamy, right? If memory serves me correctly.
Joe's Apartment?
No, Pootie Tank. So
I don't remember who's in that actually. It's a skinny
I'm thinking
black
of Booty
guy.
Call.
Yeah, it's not Booty Call. It's a skinny black. I think it's a kind of an unknown guy. Somebody on the chat will tell me. Freddy Got Fingered should have a Blu-ray, just in general. I mean, that makes no sense why it doesn't. It would sell, even if it was just a studio Blu-ray. But I mean, I wonder who has the hang on. Who has the rights to it, or who did the actual movie, paid for it. So I don't think it's independent. It says Regency. So if it's a Fox title, there's probably is almost zero chance that they're putting out a studio release of it.
God, how do you have that on command just to pull?
I had it right here. Yeah, I watched it. I watched it for Valentine's Day. Very romantic.
Yeah, it's very appropriate.
I got you a bag of jewels. Robert Romano, YouTube keeps deleting my "fuck Malcolm McDowell" statement. He just seems like a prick, and that's all the confirmation I needed.
Yeah, he's a little fragile.
Yeah. Fragile. Well, it's like that piece of shit. Now that he's dead, he's a fucking saint. But Carl Weathers, Dirk said Carl Weathers treated him like shit at a convention, and he didn't.
Remind me who that is again.
Carl Weathers is Apollo Creed from Rocky.
Okay.
He went to Dirk went to a convention to get stuff signed for Allen, and Dirk said that Carl Weathers was a complete asshole to everybody. Wouldn't take his fucking mask off, was wearing, gloves and just basically a, completely covered hat and everything. Just like, it's like, do we even know this is Carl Weathers at this point? Wouldn't take pictures with anybody. Had like plexiglass between them. It's like, okay, man. But now that he's
let
dead,
everybody know he was there for a check. And he was like, fuck
there to get
this, I'm
paid,
getting
and
paid.
that is it. Cinema Jimbo, Ken, No Little Bird, Brad Going South is 1978. Jack Nicholson directed comedy, Paramount film. VS got the license too. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. I don't know if it's a gambling movie or not. Rob, Sleepaway Camp would even shock anyone today if you didn't watch it growing up. Bunch of it, yeah. Well, now it's kind of commonplace, but then it was I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Telling you, man, that statement right there from Rob Romano, that's a man after my heart right there, man.
Yeah. Especially a father of daughters. 10 the Midnight Rules, yeah, Steve.
Fuck yeah.
I remember being good. Alan, yeah, I watched 10 to Midnight a lot growing up. Great Bond Flick. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, Tightrope is similar to that with Clint Eastwood, where there's like
you know what, believer? I've never seen Tightrope.
Tightrope. So what you have in Tightrope is Clint Eastwood is playing like Danny Tanner from Full House, real straight-laced family man with a St. Bernard and everything, but he's also a detective. When he goes out at night and he's like banging prostitutes and doing drugs and shit. Like, it's really weird, but he's also a vice detective, and he's trying to, help find the serial killer. And it's just very weird pick. It's a New Orleans movie. To me, that's Clint Eastwood's pervert movie, but I think it's very similar to 10 to Midnight. Ken would definitely grab Dr. Terror. Was never a fan of Going South. Yeah, I'm looking at that Going South. I don't really know what that is. Steve saying Cruise is worth watching for the feathered hair Pacino doing poppers and dancing like a half-tard. That sounds right.
God, it's weird to see that shit too, man. But he did it.
That's not the first time he's played a queer. I mean, he played gay in Dog Day Afternoon.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
but I think that movie was more focused on the actual bank robbery itself as opposed to the
He
relationship.
turns into a fucking courtroom drama. Turns into a courtroom drama at one point.
Yeah,
like he's like in there fucking, trying to put the system on trial for after he robbed the fucking bank. That makes a lot of sense.
What's the iconic scene from that? Attica.
Yeah. All right, Riverman. I need to watch Cruising so I can learn the handkerchief code. Yeah, I'm sure I do. Alan said My Bodyguard. Trini says Cruising's actually a good movie. Stop it. Okay. All right, man.
We started a fucking snowball effect here.
This is the same guy. This is the same guy that says the Serbian film is a good movie. So take it with a grain of salt. Shot of penicillin. Sculder saying Joe's apartment's a Warner Archive. Okay.
I think maybe that was like Scream or Shout.
It might have been the older. It might have been the older Blu-ray. I think it did get a re-release recently.
Warner Archive.
So, did you mean to say Chris Rick or you mean Chris Rock? Because I don't think it's Chris Rock. Because there might be another guy named Chris Rick, but I don't think it's Chris Rock. I think it's just some scrawny black guy.
It's definitely Chris Rock. I was thinking of, like I said, I was thinking of Bill Bellamy and fucking Jamie Foxx, but that's Booty Call, which is probably a movie around the same time.
It might have been a show too. I don't know. Sydney, what's going on, man?
What's up, Sydney?
So Brian saying, confirming that Joe's apartment got a Warner Archive. It goes next to some of those classic 1930s titles, along with the Warner Archive and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 and a few other Warner Archives. Everybody's saying, what's up? Question, what horror movie remakes that you like more than the originals? Evil Dead 2013. Dawn of the Dead 2006. Whatever that is.
Snyder's.
Last
House on Left for you as well, right?
I like the Last House remake too better. I mean, if you want to call The Thing a remake, The Thing. I don't know. I really like the Crazies remake. I don't know if I like it better than the original. I just saw the original. I like them both a lot.
Oh, so you dug the original? I figured that was going to be like a little slow for you, and the pace.
I thought it was fast compared to fucking Night and Dawn. It's more of an action movie. Even I really liked the original. There's several, but I mean, right off the top of my head, the Dawn remake, the Evil Dead remake, Both those are favorites of mine. I mean, like I said, if you consider The Thing a remake, The Hills Have Eyes remake I like more than the original. But, it's not always the case. I knew it. See? Serbian Film's a masterpiece. There you go. Rob, that's an easy one. Sydney, The Thing. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to even say that's a remake. Because, I mean, have you seen A Thing from Another World?
Yeah, the Howard Hughes one
Yeah.
is far different. That's for sure.
It's basically a speck of an idea and then ran it and turned it into something completely different. So, yeah, I don't really, I don't know if I consider that a remake, but there's some great ones. I'm sure that's a stream one day. I'm sure this is top 5 remakes better than the original. Any day. The Fly, another one where it's like, is that a remake though? I mean, it's just a big departure from the original.
There's a lot more technology in that fucking remake compared to that Vincent Price one, that's for sure. But look at the time difference on those two.
Yeah.
Woo!
Just so anybody hadn't seen this, Culture Trini thinks Serbian Film's a masterpiece.
Still haven't watched it yet.
So what you do is you take the insert out and the disc and the slip and you burn that stuff. And then you just keep an extra case. There you go.
Gotcha.
Problem solved.
I think we had this discussion once. I think you told me the same exact fucking phrase there.
Listen, I don't like to be that guy. I don't, Ed Pitt does that sometimes. That movie, I believe, is unequivocally a piece of shit. There is no redeeming. It was done, in my opinion, just to be a movie that was talked about. It was another Human Centipede, where it was just like, let's be crazy to be crazy. I don't think there's any redeeming quality. But Trini thinks it's like a Criterion. I'm sure there's some kind of undertones to it, but I thought it was garbage. I'm sorry, I've seen it once.
I know my wife bought that one. And what was the controversial one from Criterion? The 100 Days of Sodom or some shit?
Salo.
What was that?
Yeah.
Salo. There you go.
Nazi exploitation movie of sorts.
I haven't gotten around to those yet.
Yeah, I'd say pass on that one too, but hey, that's just me. Lance Crowther. Okay. Chris Rock was also in it and produced it. Okay, so that Lance is the skinny guy I was thinking of. Rob's putting over the Dawn of the Dead remake. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I don't know why anybody'd have a problem with it, but Blob remake, this is another good pick. I love that 1988 one, badass.
Yeah.
Rob, The Thing from Another World is terrible. Yeah, it's
terrible.
It's 50s, right? It's a 50s movie, I think.
Man, the original Blob gets a lot of hate too. So if you took the original Thing from Another World and put the Blob, see which one somebody would have to pick to watch. And I think you'd probably come out with The Thing from Another World would probably win that because everybody hates the original Blob.
I'd take the Blob over that, in my opinion. But I don't know that Thing from Another World.
I like the miniature scale shit too, man. Like I found that shit just like you look at it.
This walking around and that thing from the I don't know. It was just it was rough.
A lot of aluminum foil went to waste from that movie.
Yeah, Ben's talking about the Fly remake. Yeah, absolutely. Resand, that's a good one. Cinema Jimbo Invasion of the Body Snatchers is a remake. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of movies that are remakes people don't even know. Like remakes get a lot of shit, and I think a lot of people don't even know. Some movies are remakes. Like Hitchcock remade a movie, 1 or 2 movies. Heat is a remake. People love Heat. It's a remake. The Departed is a remake. There's a lot more movies are remakes than people think. This is inspired. Training saying Scarface is the best remake. Yeah, that's a remake too, with the old James Cagney movie they remade. Not Brave Man. Chuck Russell is supposed to be releasing another remake this year. Witchboard. Oh, cool. Check it out. Original Blonde is a great theme. Yeah, I think it's Steve McQueen. I think it's a Criterion. Rob, scientists fighting against a giant carrot monster. Yeah, not great. Trini, people are just get hung up on the one scene. I've seen the entire movie. I thought it was all trash, and then that the big crescendo moment, I thought it sucked too. But that's my opinion. Alan watched Salo. It's the worst fucking thing ever put on film. Sick fucks. Yep. It's a Nazi exploitation movie where people are forced to eat shit and do all kinds of crazy, weird shit.
Nice. Yeah, you're absolutely right though about the original, the Blob. That is Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
The Blob.
Well, Johnny, you got anything to show?
Oh, absolutely, man. Always got something.
All right, let's switch it over.
All right.
Yeah.
Told you I got these the other night. But this actually came in from the horror pack for this month, and I haven't got to see these yet. But I've heard, Brad, I've heard you talk great things about this fucking movie, so I can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love that.
So I think that's the studio Neon, which is pumping out some fucking crazy picks, man, for distribution. So kind of excited to see what they're gonna.
You did
Raven Banner.
You did Raw with us, didn't you, on the WTF?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is the follow-up to Raw. Might be into that.
Yeah, man. Hey, I dug Raw, man, for what it was.
This is a lot better than Raw. This is a lot better than Raw, in my opinion.
Nice. Next up, of course, is one of your favorites, but still haven't watched it yet. I'll get to it this week, though. Probably tomorrow. So
that's a good horror pack pickup, really. I mean, for you getting that in your horror pack bundle, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's another Neon release right there for you too. Yep. Just the same as Titane there. Let's see. They also sent, which this is a sequel. I think that was when Scream Factory was collaborating with IFC. They did the first one, which what was that? Road of the Dead, and this one's called Apocalypse Wormwood. I know nothing of this shit, so I'll be honest with you.
That's the exclusive for the moment?
No.
Okay.
This is I think this is XYZ. Yeah, it's XYZ Films.
Okay. It looks interesting.
I'll pull the give me 1 second here and I'll take out the S right here for the limited edition. What is this? Fucking number 92 this month, which is a movie called Rave.
Rave, okay.
I don't know
so they do
about it.
They do a different insert, basically.
Yeah, and they also print their logo on the disc. And I don't know if anybody can see, but this is probably like we've got so many of the Scream Team releases. You can see it right there because they're a part of them. So they've sent I think they pretty much went through Scream Team releasing's catalog. They put their stamp on the back, of course, but Horror Pack puts them as limited edition. So you'll get your number right there, their stamp on the top, and the disc is usually sometimes stamped as well. So. So yeah, it was number 92. Right before that was I'm trying to think. This is MVD Visual, Reborn. And look at that right there. It's got Barbara Crampton in it, so I'm all in.
Radon Chong, from what was she in? Commando, right?
No shit. Okay.
Commando and something else.
When everybody keeps saying this shit, because I'll get to the next one here in a little bit. Everybody keeps saying that Barbara Crampton didn't age at all and all that shit. And I completely disagree with that. She might have aged well, but she fucking aged for sure.
I think she's doing the hairstyle thing where the hair kind of does this and covers. What people mean to say is she didn't get the monster face surgeries like some of the other women did.
But yeah, of course she's got the fucking face stretch and the tucks. But if you look at her neck, man, it's like a fucking turkey gobbler. It's all fucking falling apart down here. I'll show that next film here in a little bit. Actually, I'm going to show it now since we're fucking talking about that bitch. But I watched this one, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I think honestly, Joe Lynch just wanted to see how many times he could get Heather Graham to fuck in this movie. If that was his plan, he executed that well. It is a Lovecraftian story, so I can't really bitch about it too much because I kind of knew what I was expecting. But Suitable Flesh, I know it's not the Blu-ray, it's the DVD. It's the only thing the fucking store had, so I grabbed it and walked out with it. If you haven't seen this yet, don't go spend 13 or 15 or 18 bucks on this. Fucking stream this movie first. It was a good for a one watch, but I'll probably won't return to that anytime soon. It's got great names in it too. Look at that. You got Heather Graham, of course, which Joe Lynch is all about having her fucking different positions in this movie. So that was like kind of worth my $13, but Heather Graham's like fucking flat as fuck, so didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Bruce Davison plays a pretty good part in here, just not enough of him. I actually like Bruce Davison, and like I said, Barbara Crampton, like she looks good in the face. I'll give her that, but everything else looks like it's kind of falling apart.
None of that could be as bad as Helen Hunt today. Helen Hunt got like, I guess she probably went down to Brazil or something and got $10 worth of plastic surgery, and it looks like they stapled horsehide to her forehead. I don't know what the fuck that she was thinking. She looks unrecognizable, and she's back doing movies.
That being said, as much as as excited as I am for the new Twister movie they're going to roll out with, I really hope she's not in that fucking movie.
Well, I mean, Bill Paxton can't be in it, so I mean, why does she have to be in it?
But you got a point there, man. Fucking R.I.P. Bill Paxton. Next up, this is
fucking the one guy. God, I can't think of his name. He's great. Philip Seymour Hoffman can't be in it either.
You got a point. There you go. Next up, right there, The Cursed. I don't know jack shit about this movie.
I saw a trailer.
It looks fucking wicked though.
It looks pretty good if you watch the trailer. I haven't seen it yet.
Bone crunching horror, Jim. We'll get a check next.
It looks like folk horror almost.
This is a Raven Banner title right here. I'm gonna butcher the name of this, but Mad Heidi.
Yeah, Mad Heidi. Yeah, I hear that's a lot of fun.
Well, you know what, man? Like, I actually fucking don't mind the Raven Banner titles because usually
I love Raven Banner stuff.
About 6 or 7 out of 10. Yeah. Usually they hit for me.
They're affordable. They're cool releases. They did Deathgasm. I mean, Deathgasm.
Deathgasm's fucking great. Badass. Here's I got this too. I think this is like some limited a widescreen collector's edition. But this is everybody's favorite movie. I hear nothing but great things about this movie, and that is Killer Goats. I've heard nothing but bad things about this fucking movie, so I'm just kind of like, that's why you haven't seen it opened yet. Where I'm just like, I don't know about this shit, but I'll get to it.
That's a sweet cover. That cover is better than the whole movie.
Figured. I'm trying to look at the company who put this out, but I can't tell. With an O. Studios. Anyway, next up, I'm super glad to land this one right here. We talked about this very briefly the other night, but huge fan of the Steelbook, the Best Buy exclusive Steelbooks, which now we see Walmart's kind of taking that over. But this is one they did, and I'm glad I got it. And we had just bought the Blu-ray of this because you sent me the Amazon link maybe a couple months before I bought this. And that's the missed. That's fucking 4 disc in this thing too. So
yeah, the disc art is awesome in that. You get both black and white and the regular on 4K. But yeah, I remember that because the black and white version on Blu-ray was out of print forever, and it was going for as much as $200. And then it went for $50 for a while, and it came back and printed. It was like $7.99, and I sent it around to everybody. People bought it in the fucking 4K. Who would have thought they were doing a 4K of The Mist?
They did though, man. Like you said, you can't go wrong with the Shawshank Redemption 4K we got. Looks really fucking good. So maybe when it comes to the Darabont films, man, maybe they'll show some love.
Black and white in 4K for some reason looks great anyway. So I'm sure that looks really good in black and white on 4K.
I mean, especially those Universal Monster movies that we actually got in 4K. Whenever Best Buy was putting up the limited edition Steelbooks, man, those fucking 4 I got's great.
I mean, like Logan looks really good in black and white on 4K, and Mad Max Fury Road in black and white looks pretty fucking badass.
Hey, man, this shit does look good. Here's another one right here. I just watched this with the missus, and this is a fucking banger. If anybody hasn't seen this, go out and grab it. You don't even have to stream this. This is just a safe buy, in my opinion. And that's Eli Ross fucking Thanksgiving. Yeah. I love the fuck out of that movie. And I remember you didn't spoil it, but you were like, just, man, wait till you see that fucking Black Friday sale scene. And when that shit came on, it was just, it was a great roller coaster. Loved every bit of the fucking gore of this too. Me and the wife was sitting there watching it, and my wife was like noticing how a scene played out, and she was like, fuck. She was like, those are going to be 2 off-camera kills. And I was like, oh, man, like, fucking can't believe Ross is going to go that way. And he turned it right back around where it was like, nah, I ain't killed him yet.
Yeah.
So I appreciated the fuck out of that. That was a great fucking flick. Watched all the special features on it. thank God he actually deleted a lot of those scenes that you see in the
Okay.
deleted scenes because it was nothing but fat.
That's what I was going to
That's all
ask
it
you.
was.
It's like, are we expecting a director's cut, or was the shit he deleted actually worth deleting?
Nope, and everything that he deleted from it, man, I'm telling you right now, added nothing to that movie. It was either like an opinion that would add to the characteristic of somebody's character, and it was just, like I said, just trimming nothing but fat. So thankfully, he probably sat down with Tarantino, and Tarantino was like, as usual, hey man, can you cut that? That's useless.
Yeah. Well, the stampede scene where the dude gets his arm fucking clobbered, like you just like that. I don't know. For some reason, he really that scene is like, it happens at the very beginning, but that's all I leave thinking of. I leave thinking the theater, like a woman gets literally baked like a turkey and carved, and I don't. That's not the part I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about that stampede on Black Friday.
Damn, it's great. I say, as soon as the fucking film turns on, man, within the first 8 minutes of it, he's already put a fucking scar and an impression on you where you're just like, let's see where this goes, because that just started up fucking great.
Yeah.
Already showed this, already got it in the Arrow Video Cell, but I just got to peep this yesterday when I was hollering at you. Not the 4K, it's the Blu-ray, but man, that looks really fucking good. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not even going to chase down the 4Ks. I'm actually happy with the 4K scan that's on the Blu-ray compared to my original Arrow Video Still book. So that right there, for anybody, of course, the 4K is long gone, sold out now. If you're looking just to settle for the Blu-ray, I assure you the quality is fucking spectacular.
Something about Arrow Blu-rays, I don't know why the quality always just seems to be top notch on the Blu-ray disc. Whether it's a 4K scan or 2K scan, for some reason their Blu-rays look like 4Ks.
You know, as far as everybody doing their whole thing for like, oh, I hope this company does this 4K and that 4K or whatever. If we got like a collector's edition, a limited edition, or just a 4K in general from anybody, I'd love to see somebody fucking have the balls to grab that and put it out, because I love the fuck out of this movie.
Yeah. It's a good one. You ever see a movie called Cheap Thrills?
I haven't.
Cheap Thrills is right along those lines. Same kind of thing.
Cheap Thrills.
Yeah, it's a good one. Very cheap Blu-ray too.
Well, man, that's all I got for you, man. You saw the whole
That's
thing.
it. It's like
That's it.
25 titles. All right. Let's catch up with the chat and my little haul and catch up with the chat again and get out of here. Steve saying thanks, Pops Roo Salo the other night. My copy of Salo remains sealed. Yeah, I've heard terrible things about it. I've actually seen a little bit of Salo. Very bizarre. I don't know what the fuck that was, like a concentration camp for preteens or something. There's a lot of weird, I don't know, a lot of stuff going on. Ben Grimm, Titan was in my top 3 of the year when it came out. Titan's a winner, man. It's very, very bizarre, but it's a lot of fun, and it's the kind of movie that you just dark room, pay no attention to anything else but the movie, and then watch the WTF video after for a full explanation of what you're seeing. I remember we talked about this movie a long time ago, and I had got it in or something, and Alan said, is that one movie where that woman fucks a car? And Johnny's like, everybody stop. Did you say a woman fucks a car? Yeah, it's that movie. Scholar was not a fan of Crimes of the Future. I liked it. I like it more every time I watch it. It's definitely, as you would put it, has its charms. Yeah, wise choice, Steve. Steve Mars, according to Fede Alvarez, Evil Dead 13 isn't a remake. I've heard that. That's why he had Ash's Oldsmobile there in the movie, and Ash's appearance in the end credits. So my counter to that would be that Oldsmobile is also in Spider-Man. So is that a sequel to Evil Dead also? And Bruce Campbell's also in Spider-Man. Is that also a sequel to, to me, it's a remake, reimagining, whatever you want to call it. Too many similarities, but that's just my opinion.
That's fair, man. 100%.
Steve saying one of my first Criterion titles. Yeah, there's some winners in there. Scully, what's going on? He said Radon Chong is in Commando and Tales from the Dark Side. Lover's Vow, I think that one where with the demon. Yeah, Tales from the Dark Side in the best segment too, probably. Watch it, non-Praymantis. All right. Steve, suitable flesh pumps ass. Yeah, I think he mentioned that before.
Like, look, here's the thing, man. Like, he did. Of course, man. Every flick he's made is definitely not hit on my fucking radar as like, oh, it's a great film. But I really like Mayhem. I know a lot of people just kind of like, all right, man, that's whatever. Especially it's just another fucking outbreak zombie film. But I really love the setting of that movie and everything. And I was kind of really hoping, I was like, if it's half as good as that, I'll be happy with it. But it was, as soon as I figured out it was like a Lovecraft story too, I was just like, is this the guy who could really pull off a Lovecraft kind of story? To me, it was just, like I said, I think he was just intrigued by Heather Graham on the set. And he was like, hey, if we pay you whatever budget I do have for this movie, will you sit on that table with this guy, fuck you, and you spread your legs? It's about what happens in that movie. So even the scenes where they're supposed to be like it's like that body horror shit where they're exchanging bodies through sexual like contact. It's fucking horrible. Like you're hearing like the sound effects of like people's fingers and like bones breaking. But if you look at them, they're barely contorting their fingers and shit. So it's really kind of sloppy acting to me as well. So, but the only thing that's saving it is, of course, it's got Barbara Crampton, it's got Heather Graham in it, and guys want to see those bitches still fuck. So that's probably why it's probably getting some positive reviews. That's just my opinion.
Shudder. I mean, the bar is pretty low on Shudder. I mean, let's call it what it is. You know, people get really excited about.
I disagree,
Shudder.
sir. Disagree. I'm fucking tired of you talking shit about Shudder. That's just one fucking movie out of the masterpieces that they.
Well, we've got some great ones too, but I still think the bar. Like I heard a lot of people creaming over that movie Moloch, and I watched Moloch and I was bored to tears, like blood coming out of my eyes watching it. So, but I also got When Evil Lurks from Shudder. So I mean, there's some great ones too. But
fucking Vicious Fun, man. That was like a fucking day one purchase when I streamed it.
Deathgasm too. But I would have liked Mayhem a lot more if Belko Experiment hadn't already come out like 2 years prior.
Yeah, I know. It just beat it too.
It took the fucking wind out of the damn sails for me. It's like very similar concept.
Yeah. You could do those as a double feature, and you'd be completely sick of that setting for those movies. You'd be like, okay, we're moving on from fucking Office Space meets zombies.
Yeah. Non-Praymantis, that's the one I told you made Heather Graham look like Elizabeth Moss. Jesus. That's frightening. Rob saying, speaking of actresses aging poorly, Bridget Fonda, I think, just quit and just decided to get back.
She walked away from the entire fucking business. Her husband, they had children. What's the teen idols from back in the day? Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Mm-hmm.
Almost kind of the same story with them. They just grabbed their checks and fucking split Hollywood. Bridget Fonda didn't even give nobody a heads up or a 2 weeks notice. She was like, I'm out.
I got paid. I'm done.
That's it.
Rob, I think The Cursed is a funky werewolf movie. It was pretty good. I don't think I've seen The Cursed. Is that the Scream Factory one?
No, it was. I think it was like the XYZ one. No, it's from somebody like LD or some shit or Decal. Actually, it says, "Look, beware the beast within." So yeah, probably the fucking.
Oh, The Curse.
He's talking about.
Yeah, it's not a werewolf movie. It's not. It's like a folk horror style. Watch the trailer. The trailer looks pretty good.
It says demonic creatures. All right.
They're like woodland, like nymph type things. If you watch the trailer. All right, Scalder, you're trying to get blocked here. That's funny.
Oh, dude.
That's funny.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Rob.
What?
You were on the wrong chat, Rob.
Hidden Lauder is God, fellas.
Yeah. Rob like Thanksgiving. Cool. Yeah. Scalder's just trolling. He knows I'm a big Basket Case fan. Yeah. I'm not gonna do it. He's fine. But you've been warned. Ben Grimm, Cheap Thrills Blue Idolatry. I got that Cheap Thrills Blue. Yeah, very inexpensive Blu-ray. David Keckner and I can't remember the guy's name. It's a couple of guys, and it's very, very similar.
I know where I'm going on my lunch break tomorrow at work. Then,
Mike, what's going on? What's up, Dig? Yeah, Scolder. It's disgusting. Trini, this community hates chocolate. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah,
gotta
Scolder
be a
says.
doo-doo joke for that movie, right?
Yeah, Scolder says that. Yeah, people have no taste. Says the guy who doesn't like basket case. Hoax, what's going on, man? Didn't care for Suitable Flesh. Seemed more like a Skinamax movie. Yeah, what's like a Skinamax
100%.
movie? Skinamax movie with 65-year-old women. What is that? Who thought that was a good idea?
I mean, Heather Graham, dude, man, like, especially as a big a fan of fucking Boogie Nights of that I am. Like, Heather Graham actually looked pretty decent in that movie, but in this one, it's just like, God, man, like, there's no TNA whatsoever. She's just fucking flat as a 2x4, man. It's like, I don't see why Joe Lynch was all about, like, hey, let me have you fucking like 4 different scenes. And it's like, man, it's overkill. But, hey.
Boogie Nights, well, any of the Paul Thomas Anderson stuff could get 4Ks. Those would all sell really well. You know,
yeah,
There Will Be Blood on 4K. That would be a huge seller.
Let Boogie Nights hit fucking 4K. I'll be day one all the way for that shit. And I'll be combing the special features too.
Yeah. Rob, Last Night with the Devil looks pretty damn good. You guys check
Late
that
night.
trailer? I haven't seen that trailer, no. And Freddie Prinze Jr. Actually got into wrestling and worked as a behind-the-scenes guy for WWE for a while. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Wow. I know what's his face from Scream, David. What's that fucking weirdo's name? You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking
about. Arquette. David Arquette.
David Arquette,
I know
yeah.
he went on to do, like, I used to watch like a documentary Hulu did for him where he went out like backyard wrestling. God, those guys fucked that kid up bad.
He went,
But,
he did a
he was
hardcore
in it.
match, or what do they call it? They call it something. They call them something else. Death matches. I don't know what they call it. Death match wrestling. And somebody cut his throat. Cut his throat. Some guy, some piece of shit, cut his throat in the ring. Well, probably not a good idea than that. But I guess he was trying to make his way up and pay his dues. You know.
Yeah.
Even though
The
he
documentary,
was
like,
WCW champion.
The documentary, other than the scenes of like David Arquette being like the backyard wrestling matches and getting really fucked up by those guys, because they were going after him. They were like, he's a fucking celebrity. He's in my backyard. Like, everybody sick him, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
But in there, he decided to go, like, he was going through this therapist, and they referred him to go to like what they call a ketamine clinic, so he can confront his demons and all this other shit. And this fucking guy's laying there with like an IV in his arm. He's just wigging the fuck out in this room. And when they start pumping ketamine into his body, like, I was just thinking, why the fuck would they leave that in here? Because it shows him at like his worst, man. It's like, ugh. It's like watching a drug addict like pushing the syringe just way too far, and you're like, oh, I think that might have got him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it makes good TV, but yeah, it's really weird. And it's not like he's a big guy or anything. It doesn't make any sense. But there were some smaller wrestlers coming back at the time, so I don't know. It was just weird that he went that route.
He's definitely no Rey Mysterio, that's for sure.
Well, it's a clumsy white guy at like 55 or whatever he was, trying to wrestle. It just didn't make sense. He has no real experience. Rob, check out the trailer. Late Night with the Devil looks awesome. I saw a trailer recently and fucking blanking on it, but Anthony, I think maybe it was Anthony or maybe it was Steve sent me the trailer. Hell, it might have been Alan, but it looked like it's a new Nick Cage movie, but it looks like a Fincher movie basically. It looked really fucking good. Whatever the hell it was, I can't think of it, but somebody on the chat will probably correct me. It might have been this Late Night with the Devil, but it's a real dark, like, horror thriller, and Nick Cage is in it. Okay, Steve's got it. Long Legs, that's it. Yeah, Long Legs look pretty good. Rob saying Late Night with the Devil is a Shudder exclusive. Yeah. Ben Grimm, Sarah Michelle Keller did some werewolf show on Paramount Plus. It was canceled in the first week or so. Wow. God. Yeah. Ben Grimm. David Arquette was former WCW champion back in the day. He won the title on the pay-per-view. Yeah, it was a weird storyline where Bischoff was the champion at the time, and he beat Bischoff for the belt or pinned him like when he was already knocked out or something. All right, I'm going to show what I got from Tony. Start of the chat here. First, I got a couple bootlegs in. Haven't opened them yet, but this is a Netflix property. I'm a big David Fincher guy, and I don't know if we're ever going to get a release. I was able to reach out to somebody I know, somebody in the community who is a member on the site, Stinky Tuna. You have to be a member. It's hard to become a member. I don't even think they take new members, but he was able to get me, regular Tony, and Alan a copy of each of these, send them to me, and I'll send them to them. But it's the Killer. Fincher put this out last year. Like I said, it's Netflix, so it's unlikely that we'll get a physical release. Who knows? Maybe, but the movie was not super great. I mean, I give it about a 3 out of 5. It's Fincher doing Fincher shit again. It's not like Benjamin Button or anything like that, but it still has kind of almost a Disney ending, which I don't think he would approve of, but there is bonus features on. I mean, Stinky Tone, as far as bootlegs go, this is the best you can get. You know, they're all region. You know, it has actually try to make them look legit. You know, even has a Netflix logo on it, the FBI warnings on it. But you get a little bit of bonus features and stuff, and disc art. So yeah, okay. As far as bootlegs go, this is, in my opinion, the best you can buy. But it's a good one. I recommend it. This next one was Shudder exclusive. I don't think RLJE is involved in this. I could be wrong. I've seen it twice on Shudder. It's been over a year since it came out, or just about a year, and there's still no physical release. And RLJE, they're usually pretty quick about this stuff. But with the subject matter and all, of course, my fucking thing is going to not pick up. But with the subject matter and all, I'm kind of worried that we're not going to get a legit release. So I went out and picked up the Night of the Hunted Blu-ray. Very divisive movie. Some political stuff in there, and I don't know if we'll ever get a physical release of it. It's been over a year, like I said. I really enjoyed it. Again, same type of thing. You get some bonus features, and they go out of their way to put the FBI warning on there, the region codes and everything, try to make it look as legit as they can. But it is a bootleg. What's the one I got from Tony? I already pre-cut this. Yeah, it came from the UK. Nice 30 box. I don't think you could get any more bubble wrap in here. Appreciate that, Tony. There's 3 titles in here. All right, the first one. I got the May standard edition from Second Sight. I know the limited edition is still available. I don't care. I'm not a big fan of limited editions, but looks pretty loaded with bonus features. I could have swore I've seen this movie. I can't be sure, but Brian, I know, is always talking about this movie. I hear a lot of people talking about it. Steve's a big fan of it, so finally picked up the standard edition on Blu-ray.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny, you seen May?
It's been a while back, and I get that movie confused with another flick, but yeah, from what I've seen of it, man, I remember liking it. It was first introduced to me for it was one of the films in the list for the 50 of the best horror films you never seen, where they took like these unknown kind of horror films and threw them all together in a list. And I think me and Zulia had sat down and watched that one day. I dug it for what it was. I'm definitely getting that fucking limited edition, though. I'm telling you right now, like I gotta have that.
Yeah. It's still available, and one thing about the Blu-ray limited editions over the 4K limited editions from Second Sight, the Blu-ray limited editions come with an Amaray case inside of it. The 4K limited editions come with a digipack. So
Digipack.
if anybody's worried about that, other than my stupid ass, but you can still get, this will still come in the limited edition, but it's about twice as much. So you got to pick your poison there. Second one here, another Blu-ray limited edition or standard edition. And another crazy broad movie, Inside. This is long overdue for Blu-ray. This is only a Blu-ray. 4K would have been okay. Blu-ray I'm happy with. This has been out of print on DVD for fucking 10 years or something. I don't even know how long. A long time. This is a really great movie. Really dark, crazy. Takes place Christmas Eve going into Christmas morning. So it's a Christmas movie, but very, very strong violence. Very, very dark subject matter. And it's funny because this is a Lionsgate release. This would be screaming for a Lionsgate 4K limited edition, steelbook with the slip and all that. But yeah, maybe we still get that. I don't know. Maybe that's why it's Blu-ray, but who knows? But yeah, this is a winner for sure. If you haven't seen that, I'm going to open this up. I don't know if this has. Second Sight used to do reverse artwork. I don't know if they still do that anymore.
You definitely saw me on that flick when we were talking about it a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, man, I can't believe I've never seen that fucking movie before. But I'm definitely going to be changing that though with that limited edition though.
It's actually on Shudder. I think it's on Shudder if anybody wants to check it out without paying the, no reverse art, unfortunately. But doesn't really matter. The new Second Sight art is good. But yeah, I highly recommend this one if you haven't seen it. But it is brutal, so I don't know. Maybe not for everybody. You can see that's a pregnant woman there. Something about the French horror scene and pregnant woman. They love that. Last one in here. I'm waiting years for this 4K. Come on. Thanks again, Tony, for packing this so well. It's the high tension standard edition 4K. Again, limited edition's a digipack. That's a no-go for me. And I saw some people unbox it. It's cool, the art cards and all that stuff, but looks like there's a bunch of new interviews on this, so I'm really excited about that. I wonder if it's...
There's definitely more on that release than there is on this release,
yeah.
But you have this one as well.
Yeah, I've got that, yeah. Yeah, I got the DVD too. See if there's any reverse art. No reverse art on this. Disc art's the same. But yeah, this is if anybody hasn't seen this movie, I highly recommend it. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. It's a great Valentine's Day watch. Get it for next year if you're ready. But it looks like there's some archive stuff, but there is some new stuff. I'm wondering, you get a new interview with the director, I know that, but I'm wondering if any of the actors were able to come back, because I know the killer is he's got to be fucking 100 by now. He was old as shit then. The little tiny French guy that they have is the killer in this. But yeah, we'll see. Archive interview with Philippe Nahun, that's the killer. I'm wondering if there's, I'm not seeing any, he may be dead, but Alex Aja did a great job with this. I'm happy to have that.
One of the greatest memories of that movie right there was, especially around that time when it came out. I mean, we could look at everything that was being released around that time, but man, that movie for me came out of nowhere. And it was just one of those things where I went to the video store, fucking put $3-4 on the counter, went home with it to rent it, stuck the DVD in, and was just like, holy fuck, this is gotta be one of the best movies I've ever seen. So that was definitely nice for that time. I'm so glad fucking out of all the companies who picked that up, Second Sight was the one to grab it.
Yeah, Brian is saying that May is a Lionsgate title too. And that's funny because all these are Lionsgate. Yeah, it says around the spine. It doesn't say it on High Tension, but I know it's a Lionsgate title. But yeah, they're actually all Lionsgate. All three of these. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, man, I get that Ginger Snap trilogy from Second Sight as well, man. I'm definitely just gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and go ahead and get that release, man, because I want it.
Oh, here we go. Trini, Criterion flash sales going on right now. Pinky's up. Yeah. I still got to get that Lone Wolf and Cub set. There's something else I wanted to get to. I can't remember.
The the Scorsese flick they released, it was last year.
After Hours.
They did 4K. After Hours, man. I think I've watched that movie now at least 3 or 4 times since I got that when it first released because we got it during that sale. Man, that's a great fucking flick, man. For anybody who hasn't seen that movie, and you can definitely enjoy like just a guy's unfortunate tragedy just in the city of New York, just going
It's a long night.
from one shitty circumstance to the next, like immediately.
Yeah.
I love how Scorsese's at the top of the bar and he's like wearing that fucking swastika Nazi suit and he's controlling the light. It's like, hey, that's Scorsese right there. Holy fuck. Snuck a little cameo in there.
Yeah, he does that here and there. He's in the Taxi Driver as the fucking guy in the back seat talking about killing his wife.
Killing his wife, yep. Fucking man, the fucking lead guy in that movie though, you would have think though, like every time I watched, like I said, I watched it 4 times now, and that was a blind buy for me. Every time I watched that movie, I'm like, nobody could have told that guy to cut his fucking unibrow. Like, especially in that 4K, you see every fucking hair going a line, and you're just like, God, man, like makeup, wardrobe, nobody.
Who's going to tell Scorsese shit? Even though it was one of his first movies, but Trini the Killer was good. I hated the ending. I'm the same way. That ending is not a Fincher ending at all. I don't know. Enough said about it. Netflix probably had some influence on it, but Fincher doesn't do happy endings. Steve, that's solid bootleg. Yeah, I mean, we're pro bootleg here if there's no other release.
Oh, my internet just dropped. No. It wasn't mine. And it does say we're still live, so I'm sure Brad's going to come back here in a little bit if he can somehow do a reset. We will give him a minute. Guys, if anybody's still in the chat and can hear me, hit the comment section right quick. Let me know you can hear me. Yep. Okay. Yep. Was having a little bit of problems right before we hopped on live too. He did a reset, but unfortunately, can't say bootleg Brad. Hopefully, he'll get everything squared away there in here in a little bit. Yeah, he completely dropped out. Damn it. Left me to my own. Damn you, Brad. All right, guys, let me go back. Bear with me here. I'm not responsible for this shit usually. There we go. I was panicking too. I was like, fuck, let me go get another beer because I don't know if I can handle this stress.
My internet's been shaky. Yeah, what I was saying was those bootlegs for Tiki Tuna, I think they're the best you can get. They look like real releases, have a menu and everything. Praying Mantis, Angela Bettis is good, and is a good weirdo in that flick, May. I know he was one that recommended that to me. Yeah, May, the limited edition set. I remember that made his top 5 of 2023. Brian saying May is a Lionsgate film too, and so are those Ginger Snap sequels, and hopefully Second Sight keeps going with those. Yeah, we're in March, and they've already had excellent releases, and we got other great stuff announced. It's going to be a good year.
So finally, when the fuck are we gonna get that Hitcher, man? Like, I'm still holding my breath for that bitch. Like, I guess that media book over there is just gonna have to do. But
I heard August.
Second Sight.
I heard August is the newest, expectation. So we'll see.
Any updates on Synops with Trick or Treat or Street Trash 4K?
Nope, not that I heard. I think they kind of hope people would forget about it, at least for a while. Stop, but apparently it's, I don't know, that there's no Dead Pit. Nobody seems to know what's going on with that. Steve, I need to upgrade my high tension, but I think I'm going to hold out for Steelbook. For that Steelbook, so yeah, there's some other 4Ks of it. Italy and some other countries have it, so Pick your poison. Scroller just got a text messages that my Second Sight stuff is in. That's cool, man. Good timing. Ben, High Tension is a copy of Kuntz's book called Intensity. They have a TV movie, Intensity, and it's actually exactly like High Tension except the end. Yeah. The it's funny that movie has a funny story. Haute Tension in France. Lionsgate buys it and then redubs it in English and releases it NC-17 in America. That took a lot of balls back then.
Kudos.
The killer is the whistling doctor dude from Scrubs. Yeah, some old French actor. Yeah, it looks like I had a stroke. Trini, you can't say bootleg, Brad. Yeah, Jeff will get you. Got banned for liking Basket Case. Yeah. Chris C, what's going on, man?
What's up, Chris? Beasley Ray. What's up, man?
This is definitely one of Johnny's guys. What's up, Johnny? I haven't seen you in a while. Yep. Cool, man.
Hope you're doing good, man.
Magic Hands, what's going on? Brian, got an email today from Mono Macabro. Black Friday titles finally shipped. Jesus Christ. God damn.
Damn.
Sydney, what movies do you not recommend to anyone to watch? Don't matter what genre. Name 3. Oh wow. Killer Goats. Bigfoot Goes to Hell. A Serbian film. Those would be my 3.
I'm going to say Peck and Paul's Straw Dogs, and also Peck and Paul's Straw Dogs, and what's that other movie? Straw Dogs. Yeah, I just shit all over that movie, and it's Peck and Paul. I know, but fuck that, man. That was a waste of $20.
It's funny because like X has a big like kind of cuck element to it, but after you see the movie, it doesn't bother you like fucking Straw Dogs. That just sticks with you. It's just horrible.
Yeah,
it's just too much.
Absolutely.
Lee Ray saying that Intensity was a great movie. There's a DVD. It's rare. Yeah, I have to check that out. That sounds cool. I like. Been inspired by it. That's great. Sean, what's going on, man?
What's up, Sean?
What's up? Sure, Sculder. Yeah, sure.
Those movies are like the Holy Trinity, man. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anything in Hidden Lauder somewhat has some charms, but Brain Damage and Frankenhooker and Basket Case, I don't know. Just those 3 alone are enough to put him on a Rushmore for me.
Absolutely. And think nobody wanted to give him any more money to do movies. It's like, what the fuck, man? You're only as good as your last film, though. That's what they all say. So
yeah, Bad Biology will do it. Steve, you got the thumbs up for Straw Dogs. Yeah, when you do thumbs up, the way your system's set up, it'll actually do a thumbs up icon. Like it's doing it every once in a while you'll see it on the playback. Anthony does it too, and he just kind of figured it out. There's other things you can do now.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Trini probably likes Straw Dogs. It's a Criterion, so Trini probably it's a Peck and Paul and it's a Criterion. Trini probably loves it.
Absolutely.
Sean saying I actually need to see Straw Dogs again. I've seen the remake recently, so weird the woman just asking for it in the remake. She was asking for it in the fucking original.
You couldn't even tell it was like rape after a couple of minutes. It's like, okay, she's looking a little bit more than willing at this point.
Yeah. Everybody's saying what's up. It's a live remake. I've not seen that. I wonder apparently that's on your do not recommend list. Best cinematography in a horror movie is Seven comes to mind right away.
That's a damn good pick too. Oh man. God damn it. Alan, if Alan's watching, he's gonna be like, you son of a bitch. Yeah, Suspiria.
Yeah. It's nobody would contest. I don't think anybody would. Even Alan wouldn't contest. It's a good looking movie because it is. It's just that subject matter. There's some stuff in there. It's like the Blue Room. There's razor wire, and then I don't know. To me, it's clunky, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, it's a great looking movie for sure.
Yeah.
Steve saying I prefer the remake. Sean, you want to punch the wife in the face a little less. Yeah, I like that remake. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but all I remember is I liked it a fuckload more than the original.
And that's saying a fucking lot.
It's saying nothing. Steve saying almost anything that Dean Cundy shoots looks titties. Dean Cundy gets no credit for his work on the thing. It was all John Carpenter that did it. That didn't matter that Ennio Morricone did the score for the thing. Dean Cundy did the
most challenging was the John Carpenter of the fog, just because they actually had to work with actual machines that was producing fog, and the wind was just sweeping the shit off the streets.
Yeah, well, he shot it. Rob Bottin did the effects. I mean, a lot of help for the thing, plus all the actors he got for it. Trini, Sydney, anything from Scalder's favorite director, Terrence Malick. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah, it does look good. I mean,
for best cinematography, absolutely, man. The movie looks fucking great. Trust me, it's got fucking problems.
Yeah, but I mean, the shadows, all that, the shit with the shadows, definitely, and also a good pick for Valentine's Day.
And when the bitches are crawling out of the fucking ceiling to get on Keanu Reeves, you're like, holy shit. Looks great.
Yeah. Well, it's a school night. We're going to get out of here. I appreciate Johnny being able to jump on and do this. It's good to have Johnny back after a long absence.
Thank you for having me, man.
But with that, I'm going to hit the button, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Wow, this has just been such a pleasure. I'm such a lucky boy. I can't wait to go home and park myself in front of the TV and watch all this. And, it's been a thrill. So